Tonight on Velocity of Pig, it's time for something a little different. It's the wee hours of the morning in a bustling technomagical cityscape. Hover cars zip by on darkened roads, one or two at a minute, oblivious to the goings-on in a city that never fully stops moving. One of you is sitting in the front of the passenger seat with the driver, and the other two are in the back seat. Who's in the front?
I think it's me.
You think it's whom?
It's
It's
Jane.
Jane. Jane.
I feel pretty.
Pretty Jane is in the front of the hover car as it swerves sharply to the right, with a screech of tires and the smell of smoldering rubber fills the small chamber for a moment, shockingly enough as there are no tires on the hover car. The driver looks at you, Jane, and he puts the vehicle in park and gestures with a nod to the black briefcase sitting at your feet.
I got this one. Stop for a second. Wonder how I'm talking like this, but it's fine. It's fine. Excuse me. Sorry. I think I was in a mood. What is this? Do you want me to take it? Do I take it now, or do I want to take it later? I'm a little nervous.
The three of you and this driver, you share the same boss and the same job. And tonight the boss gave you this briefcase and this address. And Jane, we are not able to hear you at the moment, so hold on one second.
Oh no, we did so good with no tech difficulties.
How about
and
now, Jane?
Hello? Do I take it now or
We've got
later?
Jane. All right. We got it. So, Jane, you can take your suitcase. You have your briefcase, this address where you've been dropped off, and the number 133474. Inside this building is security box 133474. Your job is to break in, unseen and unheard, find and access the box, transfer the contents to the briefcase you've been given, and escape the drop to make the drop later today.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. I'm gonna casually pick up this suitcase now. The briefcase. Uh, what does the driver look like?
You recognize him. He has pointed ears, elven maybe, heritage,
Oh.
blonde. He seems familiar somehow.
Hmm. Okay. Familiar, unfamiliar person. I
Driver
know we're
says that he's
friends.
done his part in getting you here. He'll keep the motor running and be waiting for you to get back, but he warns that if you trigger any alarms, he'll wait 2 minutes for you all before he disappears and leaves you behind.
Okay, I'm gonna take the briefcase and get out of the car now. Wish me luck. Oh.
With that in mind, you three step out of the car.
Get going with this, I suppose.
Nerith, I have a beautiful new dress on. Did you notice? You were asleep last time I looked this pretty.
Ah, yes, it's lovely. I definitely understand fashion.
Jane does a little ballet twirl.
It's lovely.
Apologies, spacers. We're apparently having a little technical difficulty still with the audio and getting balance for our players versus our music. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much for your patience and endurance, and we'll get this heist on the road. Okay. Thank you. We're working with slobs here, and it is a little bit of an asshole. And we also have a brand new stream deck for our audio, so thanks for bearing with as I figure out how to work media output for the first time? Question mark? They really do. Thank you very much, Commodore Skippers. You know how it is. Those audio goblins, they just do what they please and go around making messes. It's a nightmare. Okay, for now, we will do without the delightful background music and continue with our spacers. Jane, Loricus, Nereth, you enter this cold, chilly evening in the dark, and you see a gleaming neon sign across the parking lot. It looks like a green cross, maybe a pharmacy. There's a pub down the street. You can vaguely hear a little bit of party music, not enough to make out anything audible. City street lamps zap overhead, filthy with dead insects who have completed their pilgrimage. What do you do now?
Should really head over to the address with the briefcase. I think there's not really much reason to
Okay.
do much else.
What are the stores that are closest to us?
You are parked in the parking lot of the address you've been given on your
Okay.
left. On your right is the pharmacy. It looks like it has maybe one worker, the night shift worker, sleeping or, well, barely standing up at the counter. And on the other side down the street a little bit's a pub. To the south, there's a busy street that cars go by, one or two every minute. Usually it's busier during the day, but it's the dead of night right now.
All right. Are you guys ready? It's not like I haven't stolen anything before. I've stolen lots of hearts in this dress. And
I
then
don't.
Jane is going to inspect the briefcase. Is there anything interesting that I should notice about it?
Roll investigation for me.
Okay, hold on. I have more clicks now that there's more stuff involved in our campaign. Okay. Investigation, you said?
Yes, please. It looks like a briefcase. Just simple black with a leather handle. The details look very nice and polished. You can estimate this was worth probably about 200 credits.
I we just take the briefcase. We could get some money for this briefcase.
That's definitely not how any of this works.
I know, but we always have so many nice briefcases. Why don't we just keep them?
Because I'm pretty sure we'd be hunted down and killed.
Let's have fun.
Nareth's words ring pretty true to you, Jane. Your boss would not be happy if you kept the briefcase for yourself.
Yeah, big game. All right. So, do we need to prepare to go in? What'd you guys bring with you?
I brought all my usual things.
Saying that, Jane, you think it might be a good idea to check the trunk.
Okay, let's get going. And Jane's gonna go back around and she's gonna tap on the trunk. Get it open. Till it opens. And when it opens, what's this? What is that? What's inside? What can I?
Your
Can I
driver
get?
props the trunk from inside, and you see a crowbar, as well as a credit stick.
Gonna yoink that credit stick.
Probably wasn't his. This car probably isn't his.
That's all right.
But that crowbar was meant for you, and you know it.
I'm gonna grab crowbar, of course. So can I just yoink the credit stick as well, or is it
Yeah.
attached?
Nope, you can have it. It's just sitting back there.
Want to pocket that? Anyone else need anything?
I think we should just go. People of this sort of disposition really don't like it when we're late.
Yeah, but quality takes time. Let's go. And I guess we're gonna start approaching the entry kind of way, looking around, investigating. Do we see any like alarms or anything immediately offhand?
You see cameras. Lots of them. There's cameras here and here, mostly on the corners of the building. They seem to be looking around as
see
if
the map.
automated.
I can't see the map.
You can't? Do you not have vision?
Space.
Laura, you can't see the map?
I can see the map.
Or Jane, you can't see.
Yeah, Jane can't. Yeah, I can't see it.
Jane, do you have dark vision?
I have 60 feet of dark vision.
I thought you did. How about now, hon?
Um, I refreshed because I was like, wow, it's kind of laggy. It could be on my side. Hold on. It's loading. So, I see, like, I can see the doors, like the door icons, but I can't see anything else.
That's very strange. You should be able to see, like, asphalt, sidewalk, walking up to the front door, a light post, a little recycling bin situation. And then there should be, like, a black square beyond the locked doors.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna try using Firefox instead of Chrome.
Nareth, are you trying to open that front door?
I mean, that's the door. I knock on it at the very least. I was just kind of waiting for them to stop discussing crime so we can get on with some crime. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
We got to do the crime to get the crime.
Wait. No, anyway,
I see it now, by the way.
yes, I knock on the door.
No one answers. It appears they are closed for the evening.
Is there any way we can detect what the radius of like what the cameras can see is out here?
You can probably imagine they see 20 feet. They look like standard cameras. But you have no way of knowing whether or not they see you, if they're live, if they record, or if they just happen to sit there and look nice.
Is there dirt nearby?
No, everything is asphalt. But as you knock on the door, Nareth, there's sliding glass doors, and no one answers. And you can see inside that it's darkened and dim. No one appears to be in the waiting room.
Anybody bring a glass cutter? Anybody got anything that we could get through this? Otherwise,
Like, we're at the right place, right? Can I, like, in-check to see if we're at the right place?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, in-check. I have a plus... Oh, I rolled like a 3, so that's not high. It is a 3 plus... yeah, 3 plus 3. That's not enough.
You're
That's
not
okay.
sure. You're very confused as to whether or not you're in the correct location. Maybe they did mean the pharmacy. I mean, this says Pusuru Technologies, and that is the address you were given.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
So,
I just don't want to smash into it. Like, I really don't want to... Oh, goodness me.
Harris, is this your first time criming?
It's not that. It's just... I don't know what's going on with it. Like, why are we not... Do we have a number to call or something? Like, this just feels completely out of place.
Jane's gonna push Nerith out of the way and like press her face up against the glass to see if she can see anything at all inside.
With your
And
face pressed up against the glass, you see a standard walkthrough scanner that, scans patrons for weaponry. You see a mosaic tiled floor that looks very lovely, a bookshelf for people who are waiting to peruse, a lot of seats with lovely teal cushions, sitting fairly distanced apart so that people may have their privacy, and a front desk that looks to be at the head of everything, where perhaps the cameras are controlled, perhaps the door opens from that desk. It seems to be the only thing in that room that has any sort of control or power.
So Jane, with her face still pressed up against the glass, goes, "Here's what it's supposed to be. This guy is there." And then she pulls her face off the glass and says, "Seriously, can someone? Does anybody have a way to open this? Oh yeah, did anybody get a key? Did they give us anything else for this?"
Could I just?
While they're doing all of this, we have presumed that we would have known where we're going ahead of time enough that Lore, being Lore, would have looked into this, found out about these cameras, printed out pictures of the field of view that these cameras would have had, and as these two have been going on, she has gently taken these pictures out of her little purse that she has with her, and she has just mage-handed them over and placed them in front of each of the different cameras so that the cameras can no longer see us and they just see an image that is the field of view they normally would see.
Beautiful.
And as she's done with that, she turns her attention back to these two and goes, "What is the problem?"
We can't get in the bloody building. Oh, that's the problem. Don't give me that tone.
All right.
Somebody open the door! Because her face is back against the glass.
Can I look around, I guess, the door for any kind of activation switch on the inside?
Give me a perception check. Anybody who wants to look around for another way in.
I'll do that.
Well, that wasn't super great.
Now what? I got hit.
I just rolled a nat 19. I think I have a +1. Yeah, nat 19 +1, so that's a dirty 20.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and for our viewers, just to reiterate, I'm not just not showing. I have a really nice set of physical dice, and the GM has okayed my usage of physical dice because.
You could have said that you like force it. You're like, I have physical dice, and if you don't let me use them, I'll fight everyone here.
Done.
I just intrinsically, just automatically presume if the GM won't let me, then the GM has agreed to forfeit their very existence. This is the truth of the matter. Yeah, this is it.
Okay. I will ask them if there's some sort of switch, and when I look around, I don't see anything, but do they find some sort of switch?
So with that 21 from you, you see that there is a large. No, there's not a switch. There doesn't appear to be any sort of intercom interface from the outside. It appears like this is a place where one makes appointments and is expected, and does not show up uninvited. But you do see that there are windows in this building. It's about 20 feet tall, the building, made of reinforced concrete, and there are actually no windows at eye level. They only start 10 feet and above. And most of these windows you cannot access, but there's a machine over here, rather large and noisy, seems to be churning out some smoke, and it's about maybe 8 or 9 foot tall. If somebody climbed on top of that, you might be able to access this window.
You know, there's one thing else I'd like to try instead. GM, I'd like to first try and use my Tinker's tools, which I get a D4 to try and see if there is a way to sort of fiddle with the mechanism. This isn't lockpicking per se. I'm trying to actively circumvent the actual mechanism, not deal with the lock. If that makes any sense.
Okay. All right. Let me think.
Is there any way I can offer an advantage to me? Well, other than my face pressed up against the glass?
Is that something that's going to work in the slightest, or is it not worth me rolling?
I mean, you can roll it, but you get the idea that it is going to be very, very, very difficult to straight up break in the front door of a place with cameras like this.
Okay, I will go over to this machine and have a look. And so you said that if we climb on top of the machine, we'll be able to try to deal with the windows up there. Then.
Sure. With the 21, you also saw that there was a sewer grate in the
That wasn't me.
street.
The 21 wasn't me. The 21 was
Oh, that's right. But with the 20, still, nonetheless, you saw that there's a sewer grate on the sidewalk as you were driving in and noticed that Jane picked up a crowbar. So maybe there's that option as well.
Well, I don't think we really want to go up through their toilet. Not a very dignified way of meeting. But although GM,
Did
didn't
I
someone
just hit it with the crowbar? I can break this glass with the crowbar.
Let's
That's how
definitely not do
physics
that. That is absolutely not the correct method with which to do any of this.
You can do whatever you like. If you break it, you may or may not
Riot?
set off an alarm.
I mean, no, GM, didn't Lorecus fiddle about with the cameras, so the cameras aren't a problem?
Mm-hmm. The cameras
The
are
outside
currently...
cameras are currently viewing what they're supposed to view, images of what they're supposed to view. Any inside cameras I have not gotten access to be able to put any such images up.
Okay. I do not know. This is a real conundrum. I'm just trying to figure out a decent idea, I guess. Okay, so let me lay out the options again. We can try to fiddle through the windows, we can try and break down the door, or we can try and go through the sewers. I mean, I'm just feeling like this is a trap. That's my concern. This feels like the worst method of meeting. Either this is a trap or a test, and I don't know if I like either.
You must be brand new at crime. This is how it always feels.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I've seen enough crime shows to know this is definitely not how crime works.
Why? Really? I'm gonna talk to the boss about why he's hiring people who just watched A&E for their crime degrees.
No, I think okay. I have done crime. I've just never done face-to-face crime. I have done like car crime and stuff like. This is not how. Okay, this
But
just.
have you ever done bird crime? Because I've done a lot of that, and I'm ready to go in this building and steal.
Bird crime?
Okay, GM. Would I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
the ability to summon up my familiar from their pocket dimension that I would have possibly been storing them in?
I'm sure you can.
Okay. Would I have the ability for that familiar to be a Tressum?
Please explain to me what a trussum is.
So a Tressum is a beast that has the capacity familiar if the GM okays it. It is a small cat that has wings. It can detect invisibility. It has the familiar capacity, and then it has claws.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. You can have a trussum.
All right, then I will kneel down beside this glass door, and I'm pretty sure Find Familiar does not acknowledge barriers. You just need to be able to see. I can summon my familiar back from its little plane, pocket plane, anywhere within 30 feet of me, as long as I can see it. An unoccupied space within 30 feet of me. Oh, I don't even need to see it. But yes, I'm going to see it. I'm going to summon it to be on the other side of the door. And then I'm going to telepathically tell it to fly around inside the room.
Ooh.
And I will blink my eyes. And when I open them, they are blacked out void. As I now look through the Tressum's eyes as it is flying around inside the room to see if there's any other options now that we have some sort of an agent on the inside.
Very interesting. All right. Your trussum sees much the same that Jane did, except I suppose they can access the desk more closely. It looks like a personal computer with touch interfaces. It seems that everything is run through that desk, there are other closed doors. Only one, you notice. There's the entry door, one door to the left, and that's it. It's clearly a waiting room, and several pretty windows. There's even one in the back of the room. It appears like somebody's left something on one of the chairs, the Trussum notices. And the bookshelf in the middle is actually brimming with books of a quite unique topic that your Trussum doesn't quite understand because I don't think it speaks the language.
Can my Trussum fly up around to where these windows are that are up high and see
Yes.
if there's like a latch or something that it might be able to unlock a window so that we would be able to open it?
Sure. Your Trussum can look, and it can go check each window for latches. But unfortunately, all of these windows are automatically controlled. They are built directly into the concrete, and they have barriers that slide in, but they're all controlled, it appears, from another space. There's no panel or physical interface to interact with them.
Laura will mutter under her breath out loud for the others to hear, "This place has got the worst biocode violations happening right now that I've ever seen. If there were something to happen inside of there, it looks like everybody would be trapped and die." I don't know how they got away with it.
Jane's
Oh,
still got
you
her face
don't
pressed
even
up against
know.
the glass at this point, and she just goes, "Okay, but the crime. Can we crime to it? I want to do crime to this building."
And I'll
Jade,
have my Tressum go over to the computer and start seeing, like, if it's on, and if I can tell it to paw at things that might open a door or a window.
sure, your Trussum can go over to the computer. The first screen that pops up is password protection.
Well,
There's also a fingerprint option.
let's see. Passwords are pretty standard, right? Let's try password.
You try password. It beeps at your Trussum.
Okay. Half a second there, I thought it worked.
Same, actually.
Try password 1.
All right. I will try password 123.
You try password 123. 2 beeps. No go.
Okay. Is there any like picture of a animal loved one on the desk?
This desk is shockingly sterile.
Ooh.
It looks entirely professional. There's no picture of anything humanoid, pet. It is keyboards and screens and nothing personal at all.
Okay, last password try. I will type the name of this company that we're
Ooh.
trying to break into. I'll try that. Maybe they're very egocentric here.
Furu's Technologies. You type it
Yes.
in, but unfortunately that is not the password.
All right. I stand up, blink, and my eyes are back to myself. I'm like, okay, well, if we're gonna break a window, yeah, and I'm wearing like a sort of like a black like poncho sort of to hide like the various tools and stuff I have on my person, and I will take it off, and then I will have like pouches and shit on it, like a vest of pouches that I've got on me. And I will take my poncho off and I will hand it to Jane, and I will say, look, if you place this up against the window, it should hopefully make it so that the glass, 1, doesn't shatter back into your own face and blind you, and 2, maybe is a little bit less loud.
So are you intending to break the door?
I am handing it to Jane and just gonna let Jane do her thing because
Let's,
my efforts have failed.
Everybody roll an insight check for me.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this
Yeah, like
myself.
5.
Without a
I've
roll.
got-
Look, you were the one itching to do some crime.
I'm still itching apparently to do some crime. Apparently, yes.
Oh no.
All right, come on, Narath. Insight.
I rolled so low.
Oh no! Okay, mine is an 8.
GM, I beg of you to give us your divine grace and just tell us what's going on. We're too afraid to do anything because we don't. Well, this is a crime thing. We don't want to piss off crime people.
So you understand that if you break open the front door, the alarm will go off. You all realize this at the same time.
Window. I
Yep.
figured Jane was gonna go to that window.
Yep, and you realize at the same time, with this much security, probably breaking something isn't the way to go. Maybe there's another use for that crowbar in a different place.
Or we could just wait, guys. I just
Crowbar
realized
has
something.
prize stuff.
We can
So
just
I
crowbar the
didn't-
door open. We can just crowbar the
Right.
door open.
Yes.
Obviously,
We're so
none of us
stupid.
in real life know what the fuck to do with crime.
We're
Excuse
so
me, I
crime
only play
guys.
in game and out
I'm-
of game. I'm only gonna say like I'm not gonna go break into a building. But
Guys, once I pirated something, I'm such a criminal. Ooh.
listen, I'm living my white collar crime dreams through Jane right now. So let's go.
So maybe you should use the crowbar on the sewer grate.
I'm gonna Bernie Madoff this
try,
company. That's
try
gonna be
going
how I
down
win.
there.
Hey, so can I didn't roll well earlier. Is there some way that Jane can just like stomp off and like trip on this or something?
So that's a fire hydrant. You can go walk over to where you see the road down south to the south of you. And then you can make me a perception check to see if you see any other ways into the building. You can also, instead of dragging yourself, use WASD or the arrow keys. If that's easier to move.
Yeah, I'm doing a little mixture of both, but I have trying to like look around on the map itself with my mouse. Okay. Oh, okay, I see it. It's down here. Perception check. This is not gonna go well. I'm rolling really, really great today. Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh,
always
yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
I'm always
you
wrong.
see it. You see a manhole cover right there, and as a matter of fact, you see a grate down the street as well. And a taxi.
Hey, you know it's great. We're gonna go with this today. Let's go, you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna stand here with my beautiful black dress on and just stare at them until they come over here.
Yeah, Lore doesn't even fully walk out into the street when she realizes what you're doing. She, like, is absolutely not on board with this idea of crawling around in a sewer. Maybe I can just wait up here. You can open the door from the inside.
I don't think we're opening this door. I think they're being weird about it.
It's viable. You could, maybe.
Okay, well, Jane is sick of it. She doesn't care about washing her hands anymore. She's gonna crowbar the shit out of this manhole. What do I need to roll?
Strength with advantage, because you've got the crowbar.
You know that's my weakness.
But you've got advantage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
With a... You pop that thing right off and hop right down. Nareth, are you going to follow?
There's-
I mean, I don't think we have a choice. Oh, goodness me.
Well, those
we
two
go.
go into the sewer. I am gonna just kind of make a perimeter check of other cameras that I have pictures to tape to. And I will wait.
All right. Jane and Nareth. We are down in the sewers. Icky.
Okay. Yeah. What do we see? What is?
You see cement walls and you smell waste. You're right beside a disposal area. There are black and yellow patterns on the floor and stripes letting you know that be careful or you will fall into the grossness. You see several plates on the floor of iron and rats feasting on something, question mark, along with bones and strangely painted symbols on the floor.
You mean these yellow symbols, like this one I'm next to?
Yeah, that one is odd, but I was talking more about this one.
I
Oh.
can't see that one yet because there's something nasty over there, and
Now to say there is something nasty. Oops, I've just walked right into its probable path.
Ooh, that's
dear.
nasty. Does anybody recognize this?
You do, I'm
We've-
sure.
We have those necklaces that let us talk to each other, right?
You do.
Okay. Yeah, Nareth or Laurel just talk to Nareth and be like, "Let me know when you are."
There's
No
horrible
longer
things in the
until-
sewers. We're not. Please
Yep.
come down so we don't have to die.
I don't want. It's so gross.
Please, I don't want. Otherwise, we're never gonna get this done, and we're gonna get our heads chopped off.
There's some really weird body parts down here, Laura, because she might enjoy it.
Why would I enjoy body parts? That is a very weird judgment.
I just thought maybe you use it for magic. I don't know.
What the hell?
I'm an accountant!
Lord, do you stay above or do you join them down below?
Oh, I let out a huge unhappy groan, and then I go very begrudgingly to join them in the damn sewer.
And you are in the damn sewer, and you see all of the gross, and what's worse, you smell it. It's very thick.
Oh, I can't do this. I prestidigitate myself with a very thick perfume applied to the collar of my shirt that hopefully will last. I think that'll last an hour, so that I don't have to
Definitely
smell.
helps. Definitely helps.
Jane has just shut her nose holes down. I don't get what you guys' problem is. You're the ones who make this disgusting biological whatever. Okay, let's go. Okay, what's over here?
You hear
Don't understand
screeches and screeing.
What do I
Lovely.
have on me inventory-wise, too? Did I say I had dynamite? No, I probably don't want to do dynamite. Probably gonna get shit everywhere.
I swear to God, if you splatter me, I will turn on you.
Well, yeah, if it gets the crime done quicker.
As you say that, Jane, you notice that there is something coming towards you. It has taken a notice of you and thinks
I'm
you are
ready to-
food.
I'm ready to go. I'm gonna claw this thing. Do you want me initiative? Am I initiative?
Yes, we are
Initiative.
initiativing.
No active combat yet, so I gotta.
No, we're not having initiative music yet. Sorry. Again with the audio. But we are having initiative.
You're so good.
I will roll initiative in our online system for the sake of. Has mine thrown? Did mine? Oh, mine did turn up. It just took a while.
I love all of the pretty dice.
We have done such a bad job.
Nareth, it is your turn.
I use my phaser to shoot the horrible thing. I roll to hit. I got a natural 16 plus mod. I presume that's probably enough. Let's be honest.
Oh yes, that hits.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Jerez! Woo!
Yeah, I get to deal 2d4 radiant damage. Deal 7 radiant damage.
Hell yeah, you do. You shoot into that squad of rats. And they all, one by one, just explode. But there's still a huge swarm of them.
This is like a Rat King situation where they're all just like in like a big.
It's just a big,
Oh.
giant puddle of them, essentially. Would you like to use any of your movement?
Yes, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there was one really close and I didn't even see it. Oh dear.
That was so
As
beautiful.
Nareth runs by and starts freaking out
That's
more.
her turn done. That's her turn done.
These rats are gonna come at ya. That's as much as they can go. Jane, it is your turn.
I'm gonna run up on the. Well, am I gonna run up on these rats? I gotta think about this. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? I got my laser claws in here right now, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
This is fine. It's fine. We're criming today.
We're criming.
We're so good at crime, you guys.
We are so not good at crime. That's the best part.
We're so good at crime.
Roll to claw. Oh yeah.
Roll to damage.
Roll
I
for
don't know what character
damage.
that was.
You hear them scree and more rats just
I just rip out my claws and just start trying to just tear at these little rat pieces of crap.
You tear some of them right the hell in half.
Gross. Okay.
Lorikis, it is your turn.
That-
I will.
I'm sorry, unless Jane, you had a bonus action?
I don't. I have a bonus stand here.
Okay, cool. Then Lorikis, your turn.
I will attack the rats with my Toll the Dead fractal pattern of petals. Reach out for them,
Ooh.
and it gets them. They're already damaged, so they take the higher. And that is going to be 9 points
Nice.
of damage as the petals fall on their disgusting mound of form and find some of their bodies.
And you see these petals, some of them just the size of the rats themselves, and they just take them down and fall and disintegrate onto the mesh floor that actually might be leaking into the water below you. It's the rats' turn
Ew.
next, and they're going to try and bite you, Jane.
I knew it.
I can't even see
I'm
Jane.
going to get the bubonic plague.
You have the higher AC now because I bought you that. Well, I didn't buy it, but I stole you that armor.
You
Remember,
climbed already
you
very
did.
successfully.
Oh shit, that's not gonna help.
That hits. Jane!
Ow.
No.
Rats are disgusting. I'm gonna die again.
Holy shit!
Okay,
What the fuck?
that's way too much damage. We're gonna take.
These rats are.
Oh my god, that was max damage.
That was a nat 20? No way.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a nat 20. No, that wasn't a nat 20.
No,
Okay.
it did 2d6 piercing damage and an extra 1d6 because for some reason it did both rolls as opposed to doing one if it was
Oh,
at full health or
yes.
one.
Okay, so
There you
Jane,
go.
since you're at full health, you only take 3 damage. Thank you.
No, it's
Laura.
the rat swarm. It's the rat swarm's health. It's based on, not the person's.
Oh,
The swarm
okay.
has half of its hit points or fewer, then it's only 1d6.
But it rolled all 3 dice instead of
Right.
doing a 2d6 or a 1d6 is what happened.
Right.
Gotcha.
So it's based on the rat
The
swarm's health.
bubonic plague.
If it's below half health, it's only 1d6. If it's above half health, it's 2d6.
Gotcha. It's below half health. So Jane, you take 3 damage, not 9. You're alive.
What?
Jesus.
I'm
That
like,
was
we don't have a tank.
terrifying.
We don't have a tank. I can do this.
That was terrifying.
Those rats are actually terrified of you. They're gonna try and get away, which gives you an attack of opportunity. Jane, go ahead and roll a unarmed, so it'd just be strength. It'd be a d20 plus your strength mod.
Okay, so I can't remember what it's D20.
Or
Just
you
one
can just do
D20.
strength. That works too. Or well, no, you're a rogue, so you could do dex. I
Okay, I'm gonna do
apologize.
dex because I strength.
Yeah,
I will
because you
embarrass
use dex
myself.
weapons. 16 hits. All right, roll damage. It's 1d4, I think, for an unarmed strike.
And where's my dice? Okay, 1d4. How do I do this with the new thing? Isn't it just 1d4?
Yep, you just type /R space and then 1, the letter D, and then the number 4. Yep, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, so this swarm takes 3 additional damage, and they are retreating from you, Jane. They're going to try and run.
They don't want me doing their taxes.
No, they do not.
Shit.
They haven't filed in years. They're going to try and
Oh,
run into
God.
this pipe. And it is Nareth, your turn.
I actually can't see anything, so for once I'm not freaking out too much. Oh god, there's rats right there, and I'm going to shoot the rats right here.
Shoot him. Roll to try.
I shoot them. I roll to try. I get a 9 plus my mod total of 4. A total of 13. Does that hit the rat swarm?
I believe it does, actually.
Excellent. That being the case, I will Words. Yeah, I deal 7 radiant damage. Does it look like my guns are doing anything worthwhile?
Oh yes,
I
for
mean,
sure.
7.
Your
7
guns
with
are.
2d4.
You definitely saw some rats stop moving and their tails stopped wiggling. They stopped gnawing at things. You're doing damage for sure.
Excellent. Excellent. Good, good, good. Um, then yeah, okay. If that's the case, I will keep going as I'm going.
All right. Do you want to use any movement?
Yeah. Actually, just there we go. That's my movement.
Okay. Smart. Because this swarm saw you jump out and get them, so they're wondering where you are.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they can get all the way to you.
Wait, I just realized I may have overstated distance. No, because is this using the 6 squares is 30 feet, or did I just severely overstate the distance I could travel?
Nope, each square is 5 foot.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. Because I've been using the directional buttons, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't accidentally lying horribly, like some
Yeah.
kind of
No,
evil
I don't lock you
criminal
guys
of.
onto the standard grid because I don't like how it limits your movement. But each square is the standard 5 foot.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Uh,
But they can
okay.
reach you, unfortunately, so they are going to try and bite you.
Oh,
We got
the
vaccinated.
joys.
I hope you've got your shots.
You know, so do we all. It's very
Oh, they
important.
miss!
Oh,
The
that's a
rats
nice
start
change of
gathering at
pace.
your feet and they start to try and bite, but you've got good boots and they can't get through. They do not get you. Jane, it is your turn. The rats have begun running away from you in terror.
What do I have on me? Do I still have that crowbar? By the
Yeah,
way?
you do.
Can I throw the crowbar?
Sure.
Like an act of violence?
You can throw the crowbar. I believe that's an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know how
So
to roll for
you
that.
don't get proficiency, but you'd be able to like use your dex.
Okay, so okay, so I can just do 16. So should I just roll a 1d20 or what do you want me to do?
Yep, 1d20 plus dex for unarmed.
Okay.
Or you can roll your dex, that's fine.
I just rolled my 1d20, so.
What's
I
your
have a
dex?
+5. My dexterity is 16. It's got a +5, or it's got a +3 total. So
Oh, cool. Where are you throwing it?
here, I'll just throw it here. I'm just gonna do it again. We'll do the normal one. There you go. Ignore my last roll. Hey, I found it. There you go.
Well,
Okay.
either way, you hit the hell out of it. Where are you throwing?
At it. Directly
Right at it? Okay. Roll damage. You hit.
Is it a d6 or what am I rolling for this one?
Yeah, 1d6 will do. You throw that crowbar and you see 2 more of those rats fall dead as they're scrambling to climb into that pipe.
I'm so sorry. I'm getting like crazy with the roll dice. It's so pretty.
I don't care. I like it. Go for it. Is that your turn?
And so Jane screaming throws the crowbar and then just goes, hell yeah, when it hits him.
Jane's screaming, hell yeah! And the rats are trying to run away from her in terror. Lorikis, it is your
Jane is
turn.
terrifying, but not for the reasons people think.
This is true. Larikas is going to notice that Narath appears to be in a great deal of danger and will try to help by not casting prestidigitation. Sorry. Toll the dead again.
Sure. Good one.
I'm gonna prestidigitate. I'm gonna clean those rats so that they don't like give you a disease. It'll be fine now.
Oh,
wow.
You love to see it. Roll
Yep.
damage.
Give me good damage. 8?
Beautiful. Nope, not those
Looks
rats.
like they're not probably all the way dead, but
No, but you did a good chunk. You saw at least half of the rats that were around Nareth's feet. That told the dead as those fractals landed on them, and you hear that ominous tone ringing. Just half of the rats at Nareth's feet stop moving when those petals encase them. And as they go to attack him, they're tired as hell.
Wait, is
They
it their
are-
turn again? Surely it'll be my turn before theirs.
I just want
Nope,
you
you've
to
got
start
two swarms before
deciding
you.
that.
I
You
have
just
two
need to
swarms
start
in the same
deciding that,
spot.
Aaron.
No, there's a swarm at the beginning and a swarm at the end. This one's actually this one over here, so I'm sorry,
Oh,
it's
I
not going
can't
to
see
attack.
another one. I can only see the one in front of me, so it was a little bit confusing. My bad.
Hearing the conniption happening. More rats! Woohoo! Jane, they're coming your way, but they cannot get to you. This one has fleed into the tubes. They're done. Now, Nareth, it is your turn.
Right. I am being aggressively harassed, and we all love that, don't we?
Harratted.
Harassed, yes. Yes, that is the worst thing you could have possibly said, and somehow I am forced to forgive you for it.
I love you. It's great.
I know, it was just terrible, and it's kind of hilarious. Let me think. Sorry, I'm just trying to think.
You're fine.
Okay, let me think. Okay, so I'm just gonna fiddle about with. Okay, so I'm scrolling. My sheet is taking its sweet time to load. Okay, yeah. So Nareth is in melee, which would so she would have disadvantage on ranged attacks. So she pulls out a antimatter knife and slashes at it. I rolled a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. She deals. That somehow I managed to cock a d4 by catching it between the edge of my dice tray and the other thing. 2 plus Dex mod of 2, 4 damage, I believe.
More rats just falling dead at your feet, Nareth. There's a lot of death at your feet right now.
Yep.
And in their
That's-
terror, they're going to try and flee from you, which gives you an attack of opportunity.
Nareth is going to take it, but it's less of a like tactical strike. I'm going to give myself disadvantage as she's basically just swinging wildly. She never technically stopped swinging from her actual turn, but with disadvantage I hit them for a 16.
That hits.
And the damage is 4 plus 2, my maximum amount, so 6 damage.
You see the rest of those rats just fall dead as you swing wildly, cutting and slicing, and rats are squeaking, just dying around you. And when you finally stop swinging, you realize you have a puddle of at least a dozen, maybe 2 dozen, just dead rats cut into ribbons around you.
Nerith, I don't know what it is about you right now, but you're just very, very cool.
What do you mean? Oh god, they're all dead!
Jane,
so
it
that-
is your turn.
Alright.
I'm sorry, Nareth, did you have any movement you wanted to use?
No, because she was in the corner anyway, and she was surrounded by rats. So when the rats moved, no, it was as expected.
Gotcha. Okay, it was the rats, but they're now dead. Now it's you, Jane.
Okay. I'm just gonna swipe at him with my laser claws. Where are they? Hold on. Okay. I keep forgetting I have like the dust of appearance stuff, and I'm like, I'm just gonna put that on the rats. It's fine. They'll be pretty.
Makeup.
Oh shit!
Is that what I want to do? No, I don't want to do that one. But it's very tempting to do. Okay.
Roll to claw. You swipe with your laser claws and you hit the hell out of those rats.
And the whole time I'm just like, hell yes, get them!
Get
And
'em.
I'm saying stuff about Terminex or something in the background.
And you take down at least one of them, but you know what? You slice it vertically, actually. So it's like one ear, one eye.
Ooh.
It's quite interesting.
Okay.
Rat
And
swarm. Would you like to use any movement?
They have the strike at me if I move, right?
They do. They will have an attack of opportunity.
No, I'm not.
All right, Lorikas, it is your turn.
You
You see that
You always-
Noret's no longer covered in rats, only dead ones, but Jane still has some live ones nipping at her feet.
Okay, so these are not alive
No.
on the map. Okay. I will step forward so that I can see what's going on with Jane and get these other rats in line of sight. And I'm a one-trick pony right now, so
Hey.
I will.
You're the
I will-
prettiest one-trick pony.
I'm wearing black right now, so it's not very flavorful pretty.
If it ain't
I
right.
will put them through that wisdom saving throw gauntlet.
They're so great at it. Actually, it's one of the only things they're not horrible at. I don't know why, frankly.
Well,
Well,
they
there
are
we go.
damaged, right?
Oh. Actually,
Okay.
no.
Didn't...
Yep, they are barely damaged. Just barely.
It technically
job.
counts, and I can do maximum damage because they have 1 HP lost.
You sure can. Good job cutting that one
So-
rat in half, Jane.
So as I release the fractals out, and that ominous kind of dong resonates as the fractal petals sort of reach forward. The the petals are able to grab more of the mass of this writhing swarm because there's so many of them there, and so I'm able to do much more harm.
You almost take out the entire swarm. It's now like 1 or 2 little rats just trying to escape. And as their turn comes about, that's what they're gonna try and do, provoking an opportunity attack from you, Jane, as they try and run.
All right. I'm just gonna claw at him.
Claw 'em.
I've already got my laser claws out. Do I have an advantage or anything?
Nope, just attack. That hits. Roll damage. You get another rat, and you see 4 rats running in a herd, and then just Jane's claws wipe out. And then the rats, and they're one as that falls to the back. Jane's claw grabs it by the tail, and the front paws keep running, but it has no back paws. And the other 3 rats
Ooh.
watch in horror, looking back as the bisected rat dies, and they continue
We're
running
committing rat
away.
crime.
This is pretty bad, yeah.
This is violent rat crime.
And they run
Yeah.
into the other pipe to escape your murder. And we are out of initiative. Well done, everybody.
Hey, Lorcas, what's this hot mess over here? Is this magic?
No, that is death. What?
I don't know.
Although, what is this in front of us? Is this like a control panel? What's happening?
Jane, you can roll me Arcana, actually. And Lorcas, roll me Technology.
I'm rolling technology?
You are.
Okay.
GM, what's in this room? I'll wait for your my turn, obviously, but I just found a weird room, so
I
I'm
think
gonna
this is my first natural 20 of this entire campaign.
Jane, you see it and you know it. You don't know how you see it and you know it, but that's bones and that's magic and that means necromancy.
Ah!
It's because you've been in my head. That's how you know it.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
That's necromancy right there, and you know it. Laricus, that looks to be some sort of maybe water flow control panel related to the sewage system.
Hmm.
And Nareth, as for what's in that room, give me a perception check.
Perception, I have like a +1. Nat 1 + 1, 2.
Well, there sure is a giant skull and some weird stuff on the floor.
You know, that's valid.
And there seems
That's
to be
it.
a lot of broken shit by the ladder. And you hear wha 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 sound coming from above it.
I found a doorway, this guys.
Hey, Lorcas, I think this is magic, and we're
Well,
just gonna have
something's
to
growing in a corner.
respectfully agree to disagree.
What are you talking about?
I'm coming, Nerith. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
What is
Okay.
magic?
What do I
There's
do
something.
here?
There's like glowing fungus over here. It looks very radioactive. I do not intrinsically trust it.
Ooh, what is this?
Okay, can I roll to see if I notice anything in here?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Anybody who wants to check it out. If you're looking for something specific, I need investigation. If you're just trying to see what's going on, perception.
Can I see this thing on the floor? Is this a thing?
Yeah, you see it. You sure do.
Okay, what do I roll to see what the hell this on the floor is? Like, it looks like a summoning circle. Is this a summoning circle?
Roll Arcana.
Well, I think it's a 70 circle.
You know, it could be said that they were perhaps just trying to get ahead in life.
Or maybe it's just that satanic panic where all the teenagers are like, "Yeah, Satan."
You wonder,
My cousin
Lore,
was into
if
that.
it
I don't have
might
a cousin.
not.
I was kidding.
It might be related to what Jane was saying about the magic in the other room.
Right now, I'll take lore seriously and I'll turn around into the other room and start trying to like pay attention, because if Jane is like maybe right about this, I don't want to just brush him off.
Fair.
So I can see that there's like a ladder in the corner. Can I roll to see if I know what the hell is going on with it?
Yeah, actually, you can just look as you look up the ladder. It looks like there's a fan blade spinning at the top of it.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Can I still find the crowbar that I had earlier over here? Or did it just go inside of the rats and disappear?
Nah, I'll say. I mean, you threw it and you would obviously see it. So yeah, you can pick the crowbar back up.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go back in there and I'm gonna. Can I tell if the crowbar would be strong enough to stop the fan blade?
Ooh. I like it. You guess that it might.
We're getting crimey in here. Let's go. Let's do some crime,
I like
guys.
the phrase "we're getting crimey." That really, really, it's such a concept to me.
You're
Okay.
getting crimey. I am now distracted by there's possibly magic being done, and I want to know more about it. So enjoy your crime. I'm nerding.
There is magic being done for sure. You know that much, Lore.
So can
Jane.
Can I like go up the ladder and like try to shove the crowbar into the like fan rotor to see if I can get it to just like grind to a halt?
Yeah, you know what? Give me a dexterity saving throw. See if you get it just jam in there quite right.
I did not.
It just bisects that crowbar, just
No.
like
Oh,
it's
okay.
paper.
Oh no.
What about
Go
that
put your
bolt?
arm.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna sit there and go, hey, anybody have anything harder than my crowbar that is now 2 crowbars? I have the crowbar.
There's now 2 crowbars.
Wait, where are you? I can't see you.
I'm in the room that you were in earlier that has the head on the floor.
Oh, the head on the floor. I love a head on the
I'm-
floor room. It's my
I-
favorite.
I'm in the head room. Head floor.
I'm here. I'm right here next to you. You don't have to shout.
We didn't do any rat crime in here.
I really do feel bad about those rats. Maybe they were like sentient rats. You know, I hear that there's
Oh,
people,
there is?
there's cultures where there's sentient rats. I'm pretty sure.
Nerith, I don't think that you have to worry about having killed them. I don't think. We can talk later when we get this briefcase full of things. Anybody have a way to stop this fan blade so we could get this done?
Loricus, as you step into that other room, you see another ladder in the far corner. Not that one, the other one.
I
Yep.
will in very brief passing be like, check the other ladder. But I am looking at the drawings that appear to be on the floor. I'm going
Ah.
to inspect these skeletons. I'm going
our-
to try and detect if there's any spell components hanging around. I'm going to try and see if these skeletons look like they are supposed to be together as opposed to separated like this. I am trying to figure out what's going on here. I don't really care about the crime anymore.
So can Jane just kind of? Is she still got the psychic link with Lorcus in this?
Mm-hmm. You sure do.
Okay, so
You
she
hear
knows
each other.
exactly what ladder she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, I did say it out loud too. Also, if you are tapping into that psychic link, there's so many formulas and like things in my head right now. I don't. Oh, you probably find it enjoyable. Lots of math.
Oh,
But
this
weird
one's
math.
There's a lot of heads over here, Darius. You might want to close your eyes. I'm back at this other ladder. What do I see around it?
You see a lot of heads arranged what might be called artfully in a lovingly painted circle on the floor, and a ladder
Oh.
with no spinning blades over it. Just a ladder with a latch.
I'm gonna try and go up.
All
and
right,
open that
you
one.
try and go up. And give me one
I'm
second, Jane,
hands.
to put you in the right place.
I'm hands and knees on the floor, looking at this other like, kind of inspecting the skulls, touching them only when I think that touching them after I've looked at this a while, and I think maybe touching them won't do anything. But I'm like checking out the scroll work on the floor. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on because this isn't normal to find in a sewer.
Definitely
No,
not normal
no,
to find
no,
in
it
the
is.
sewer.
Definitely not normal to find in a sewer.
Yeah, I want to like cross-reference these 3 different magical like circles and see if I can't make sense of what's happening.
Sure, you can do that. And while you're doing that, we're going to join Jane, who has just gone upstairs on her own. Jane, you pop up
Found
in
a sink! I found a sink!
your favorite space, and it functions.
It's very nice. It's very clean over here. Thank you, GM, for giving me a clean bath.
You are very welcome.
Wait, you didn't crawl up out of the toilet, did you?
No, it's not like that. I don't think
Yes.
Jane would even understand because I don't think Rothians actually poop out the psychic energy they use. So.
No, that's fair, but still, I think Jane would get incredibly distressed if she realized what it was.
Okay, so I'm in the bathroom. I'm looking around. Do I notice anything specific? Anything offhand?
Roll perception for me. Nareth, do you follow Jane, or do you stay with Lorcas?
I'll go up. I'll follow the rest of them because okay, there's heads down here. I'll follow Jane. They don't like the heads much. That's not really my stuff.
Understandable. Not mine either. There you are.
I don't know what you opened. I heard something open, but oh, you're moving me. Right. Okay.
Am I
Jane,
allowed to... Okay, good.
you see a toilet and a sink and a door.
The door's open already. It was open when I got here, so I'm just gonna go outside the door and look around. Oh,
Yep,
wow.
looks like somebody left the door open. How rude of them.
Did-
There was
I
something
hope they
left in that
flushed.
toilet also.
Oh, no. I was gonna say, oh, no. Oh, okay. This is definitely NASA, isn't it? We're in NASA. Just kidding. Can I... Oh, there's a vending machine!
There is
Nerith, look!
Crash vending machine.
Yeah.
What kind of
You know,
crash are you
man-
craving?
I really don't like Crush much. It's such a poor brand. It's. Ugh. Right. You look like you got banged up a bit by those rats. Do you want to take a quick break or something?
Yeah, is this Cyworm crash in here?
There is Cyworm Crash in there, and you can purchase it.
Okay, it's not loading up how much things are, is it? Yes, it is. Oh, it's a start. Okay. Cyworm infusion. I have the credits on me, right? From
You do.
earlier, the credit stick. I'm gonna go ahead and... Do I have my calculator? Could I... Well, no, I'm not gonna try to hack it. I'm just gonna buy a Cyworm.
That credit stick, you never did check. I need you to roll a D100 for me.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Nice.
Had
Literally
50
the
credits
most...
on it.
Cool. I'm gonna buy this here Cyworm infusion and drink it. Even though I already have one, I'm still gonna drink this one.
There you go.
So
Now you should be able to. I gave you the money.
thank you. Oh, what's that? And okay, I think I got it. And then I just Cyworm infusion. I have 12 of them. Thank you, Lorcas. Jesus.
I wanted you to not die anymore.
She made very sure. And you can roll those two in the chat and it'll heal you automatically. What else are you doing up here? Oh, well, actually, as you're healing up and taking a rest, Laricus, with your symbols and looking.
And if need be, I will
I look funny on
do a ritual identify.
Ooh.
I will pull, I've put my poncho back on, so I will open it and pull a book that is strapped to my back. Pull that out, and it is a thinner book that has just a few select spells in it that I've brought for the purposes of this mission. And I will set that down and have the identify spell open, and I will pull the pearl out, and I will cast identify if I need to in order to sort of ascertain what's happening here.
Sure, you can absolutely do that. And when you pull that pearl out, what happens when you press it to your forehead is you get sort of a vision of the magical energy that's happened here. You see that there is enchantment magic here. You see there's also evocation, heavy transmutation, but perhaps most discerning or disconcerting of all is there is a lot of necromantic energy present here, and you can tell that the specific magics that have been used are the sort that temporarily grant life to what is no longer living.
Okay.
And a lot of this is done in a strange way that's been altered and edited. It doesn't look like the textbooks drawing you've seen. It looks like somebody's experimenting and playing around with just editing the finer points of the spellcraft and trying to tailor it to what they want it to be.
I tell what it is that they might be after by sort of doing a comparative analysis and determining what they've made adjustments to and kind of try and sort through in my head what those adjustments might be attempting to achieve.
Sure. You understand that with necromancy as a discipline, one of the most difficult things to conquer is the natural state of your subject matter. Things that are dead tend to decay and they tend to continue decaying. So, a lot of necromancy is based around how to, or a lot of modern study of necromancy is based around how to try and stop that decay process so you can better use, it's a very secretly studied discipline, as the Holy Ava Raw Council doesn't look very highly upon it, but where it is studied officially, it's studied in the capacity of trying to rehumanoidize the affected and grant them peace. Whereas this magic that you see before you, it looks more concerned with. You would expect to see this kind of techno magic, oddly enough, in a grocery store. Maybe in a place that's preserving meat for a long period of time. It seems more like it's trying to refreshen the flesh rather than grant any kind of spiritual peace to the inhabited body.
Okay. I'm familiar with the concept of that, trying to like stop the decaying and the aging process. Okay.
So it looks like that, but it also looks like there have been clearly unlawful components used. There are things in necromancy that are not allowed because they involve things like the blood of the innocent and etc. And people can get very wild with the interpretations of those spells. So politely and officially, the Holy Ava Raw Council looks down upon the official practice of necromancy, and it's only allowed for study. But this is not what official study looks like, and you would never expect to see something like this. So chaotic and experimental and daring to be in the basement of an official technological building where you are.
So I guess while a short rest is potentially happening here, or even not, I'm going to take time, and I'm going to also transcribe what I'm seeing these on the ground, like each of the circles here. I will make notes in my journal book that I have with me about what the changes are, so that I might be able to continue to consider it later. And so I will take the time to journal in this
Mid-heist.
sewer that I hate.
Okay. So you're journaling, and upstairs we have Nareth and Jane, who have taken a nice rest. And Nareth, what have you been doing while Jane's drinking her Crash Siren Infusion Cola?
Tastes like
Pacing.
raspberry.
She has been pacing aggressively, is what she's been doing. Other than that, nothing. Just because she does not like any of this. This feels like either a trap or just something awful's gonna go down, and it's just terrible. Everything is just terrible.
That's fair.
Before I leave, I am actually going to, because we are in a place that we shouldn't be, and who knows, this might be an attempt at creating a sentry, or a guard of some sort. As much as I'm loath to, for self-preservation purposes, when I've finished taking my notes, I am going to break parts of parts, like just enough to make sure that I know for sure it's not going to work and it'll take a little while to make work again. Like, I'm not going to fully destroy this person's work because that would just be so rude, but I definitely need them not to be able to come in and activate it all of a sudden on a whim. And so I'm
Oh.
just gonna use my hand, use prestidigitate or whatever, and smear away parts of the design that's on the floor, and like maybe scatter away some of the spell components, or just straight up like destroy some of the spell component parts that are applied here, possibly drag this skull off of the circle, things like that, to just sort of mess up the potential casting capacity that is sort of sitting here waiting to happen, so that it can't just occur as readily as otherwise possible. And
Okay.
I will feel very bad about myself as I do so, and then I will go upstairs.
All right. So Laura spends some time. She gets pretty dirty pulling around skull fragment parts and moving muck and heads, but you get the job done, and they're going to have to do some reconstruction before being able to do what they were doing here, which I'm sure was your intention, and
Yeah.
you join them upstairs.
I cast Prestidigitate on myself to remove all of the grossness.
Gotcha.
Recast the like scent thing, because there's still a lingering disgust from the sewer. And I will join everybody back upstairs.
You're upstairs in the bathroom. Will everybody roll perception for me, please?
I rolled a
No.
17 total.
Okay, perception. Terrified.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Jeez, I was about wow. Okay. 17, 17, 16.
Is my cat here? Are we in the space where my cat is? My Trussum?
No, this is not the room your Trussum was in, actually.
Okay.
But Laura, you notice that there is something that is not waste in the toilet. Jane and Nareth, it's a cell phone, maybe?
Oh.
Jane and Nareth, there's a data pad on the table between you two, and what looks to be an employee data pad. Maybe some notes left behind.
I'm just gonna look at it and look at Nerith, because I definitely trust Nerith to like understand technical stuff, I think.
Oh, I'll give it a look.
As Nareth is sitting there, a mage-handed cell phone that just got pulled out of the toilet is going to be added to her visual sphere. Yeah, possibly dripping with water. As Lorikis will bring it over to the party. I found this. It was in the toilet. Normally not a thing that you flush.
We could always
sure?
try and do something with that. No idea.
Seems suspicious.
I'm gonna like look at it. Is it still floating or it's on the table, right?
I'm hovering it in Nareth's visual sphere.
Right. Okay, I'll start with the data pad and then I'll see if I can pull anything out of the phone because it needs to dry anyway before I can do anything with that.
Yeah, and I'll press to digitate it dry, and then just set it on the table.
I try to have a look at the pad first.
All right. You look at the data pad. It requires a password.
Okay, I try to see if I can find a way to... I'm gonna say the word hack. I'm sure every computer person in the audience is actively cringing at the fact that I've just said I'm going to try to hack it.
And
And
me.
you. But I'd like to make a data check to try and see if there is in any way, shape, or form a method by which I can access its data.
I totally understand. I hate the word hack too, but it's effective for like what we're. It's effective for shorthand, okay? Yes, you can try.
I'd like to pull up 3 laptops, which I'm just randomly spamming buttons on aggressively.
No!
You may link your datapad with this one and attempt to run software to guess the password. Yes, you can do that with a data check, please.
Okay. That is a 15 plus 6, 21.
Yes,
What is
you are
this?
able to open this up. It's actually a badge. It's an employee badge that lets you in to the employee lounge, which is where you are right now, from the laboratory, which is down below. It lets you in and out of the lab and in the employee lounge, and that's what you now have access to.
Great. 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 Okay, and I try to see if I can do anything technologically, like use my Tinker's tools or something, to see if there's a way that I can use some spare parts I might have on me to get the phone to function again.
Ooh,
Wonder why we don't have waterproof phones yet.
I know. It's a travesty. And you would think in this year.
It is the year insert year here. It is a true travesty.
Well, if you look at your datapad, it's the year. Let's see. Datapad. Datapad, why are you failing me?
Because it's obviously waiting for Nerith to hack it.
Clearly.
But yeah, shall I roll for something? Is it something that I can feasibly try to do in terms of using using my Tinker's tools? I really would like to use my Tinker's tools DM because I have a plus D4 to that. I'm just saying.
You may use your Tinker's tools.
Finally, a reason to use Tinker's tools. That and Voltron. I'm still standing by Voltron eventually. Okay,
I do
so
hope you make that attempt. Also, it's the year 3468.
3468. Praise be to our glorious bird overlords. So I rolled a 7 plus a 4, which is an 11, plus my intelligence mod, which is a 4, so it's a 15, plus proficiency, which is a 2, so 17.
17. Yes, okay. This phone should not be dry. There is no way. You didn't set it in a bag of rice for an hour. You didn't blow dry it. You didn't stick it in an oven.
But when I
But
prestidigitated it,
That cleans it, I don't think it necessarily dries it.
yeah, it was dry on the exterior, Lore, but on the inside, the components still had some moisture in them. There were still some drops. Whatever Nareth has done to this phone, it's like somehow they put it in a momentary black void that sucked all the water out of it or something. But it is bone dry. Bone dry.
I've always had a way with technology, you see. And can I get anything of interest out of the phone?
Sure, you can open up the phone. It is also likewise password protected. I'm sure you can get through that with a data check.
You mean with a hacking check? Oh, hacker man.
Hack check. Hack it.
Ah, I rolled a 6 plus 6. I rolled a 12, DM. I'm the world's greatest hacker.
Nerith is zero cool.
Since you already got the phone unwet, which was exactly what needed to happen because it was in a mess of a state, yeah, you go ahead and open up this phone, and it's the employee phone actually of the badge that you have. this person, whomever is on the badge, blah blah blah, this is his phone.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, if did he poop the phone out?
I believe in him.
Jane, that is not how pooping works.
I don't understand.
The,
Okay, I
the
have a
pooping
question then.
is only from the things that we eat
You see
with our
a
mouths.
series of text messages, Nareth, and I
I do have
will
a question.
DM you what the contents are.
Ooh, I love a
But-
private DM.
What is the what is it that I'm standing in front of right now?
Let me find you. Oh, you're standing in front of a jukebox.
Oh, that's cute. Are there any pool cues around I can like carry with me as a weapon?
Yes, you can carry pool cues as a weapon.
May I pick one up, GM?
You may.
Yes. I wish I had a psychic link with you, Dareth, that I know all the dirty text you're reading.
Yes,
I hope
dirty
that they read
indeed.
like they probably read like those romance novels I used to read back on my own.
I don't read dirty texts. Why would I do that? These are perfectly normal crime texts. I'm actually getting the details up now. There we
Just
go.
grimy enough.
Delightfully crimey.
So crimey. No, they're not actually
Grimy
crime.
and creamy.
They're not crime based. They're incredibly personal, so I stopped reading. It's nothing of interest. They're just personal text. And Nareth is just gonna put
Okay.
Nareth is just gonna put the phone on top of the tablet and leave them both there.
Oh,
And we need the
Um,
tablet to get through
Could I
doors?
like make a clone of the tab of any permissions on the tablet, so
You
that
may.
way I could just access them that way?
yeah, you're savvy enough, and with that roll on the tablet, I'll go ahead and say you clone it onto your own datapad, so you can have the permissions to enter and leave the laboratory as you like.
Great. Right. You know what we should do is we should look for an actual DM.
Hmm.
Is the briefcase a bomb? Are we being used to plant a bomb?
I thought it was empty. Didn't we
Is it
open it up
empty?
and look in it?
No, it was just a nice briefcase, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I thought Jane looked in it.
She looked at it.
Oh. I'm just doing the crimes. I'm not here to investigate. Do I find anything in this bathroom?
Roll perception for me.
You do. I'm just gonna say, like, I keep waiting for you to help me find something really weird in a bathroom that won't help at all with anything.
I mean, there was a cell phone in the toilet in the other one, so who knows?
That's true.
Alright, we're inside. This is the criming you wanted to be doing. Why are we not?
That's a toilet and a very lovely sink. Oh, that toilet paper handle looks pewter. Lovely. That's what you said,
Also-
Jane?
I'm gonna prestidigitate Nareth and Jane because they both also smell like sewer and I need that to stop.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes,
Whatever
the stink
makes you
does
happy.
follow.
I'm glad you make me pretty all the time, Lorcas.
This is pretty for smell purposes.
My heart.
Alright, we go in the next room.
What is this?
Ooh, this looks interesting.
Yes, you enter the laboratory and you see high ceilinged walls with looks like reinforced cement, several buzzing machines, a droid standing in the middle polishing something, but it doesn't appear to notice you at all. Lots of machines humming and buzzing still, even though none of them are tended by anything or anyone any longer.
What is it we're supposed to be getting?
A safety deposit box.
Oh, that's right. As awesome as this room is, we are not. I don't see a safety deposit box. Do either of you?
No, I really don't think this is anything we want to be focusing on. Let's just move on.
I'm sorry, did you hear that?
I hear
Ooh,
water.
is that this? Laura immediately gets distracted.
Does Jane? I mean, Jane's an accountant, but does she recognize or see anything?
Roll persuasion. Perception. Anybody who wants
I
to
will.
look around.
I will persuade things to be seen. I can do that.
Get out here!
Get into my
Another
room.
one.
Oh,
Wow.
whoa.
I'm running out of all my goodies today.
Jane. Laura, you are entranced by that machine, but Jane,
Yep.
you see what the droid is working on down here, and this odd machine over here, they both speak to you. All of these machines, you see that they go together, that they are all making pieces of what the center is compiling. And you notice that one machine has straps to hold something in place. Most things are automated by robotics here. And you see another machine is spinning what looks to be plasma, blood, some sort of biological fluid. And
Oh.
meanwhile, what is clearly in the case that the droid is cleaning is a newly forming humanoid in a non infant state.
Well, this is bad.
I don't get it.
Maybe.
What's the problem?
They're making people.
Is that a problem?
I don't know. You guys are, maybe. I don't know. In my heart of hearts, I just want to destroy everything. I don't know what you want.
That's not what we're here for. Please, guys, we're really getting distracted. We should really get moving.
It is a very fascinating thing, but making a person is not that strange. Cloning is relatively common.
Jane
At
is
least
like making a lot
here.
of noises in this room,
What kind of noises? Like
like
scared
squeals
noises?
squeals and oohs and ahs. Can I roll perception to see if
goodness.
I can figure
Oh,
out what's
you
going
see
on?
it.
But
You
also,
see exactly what you see, Jane. You step into that room and you see a body.
ah!
A body. Another.
A more recently dead one.
What's this glowing green thing?
What indeed? Roll technology to see if you can figure that out.
Wait, where's the body? Is this a body?
That's a body.
What kind of body is that?
Indeed. Jane, you feel like you understand technology pretty well and you have a good grasp, but you don't know what that thing is. It's very complicated, the likes of which the kind of machine that you've never seen before.
This ain't. Nerith, you might not want to come in here.
But with
You know,
that
at this point, it's
17,
all a big mess.
you might not know what the center machine is, but those machines on the side look like stasis pods, and from the glance at the situation, it seems the body came out of the one on the left.
Okay, I'm gonna look into the one on the right.
There's an orb in there that's vibrating. Bubbles keep coming out the top of it, but otherwise it's doing nothing.
Is there
Is this-
anything to identify, like a number or anything at all?
No, there's no ID number.
Is this magical arcane script on the floor?
Ah!
Yes, yes it is. Roll Arcana if you want to try and figure it out. Sorry, that door
Yeah.
should be locked.
Okay.
I have 15.
You don't know quite exactly what it is, but you connect that it is probably related to what you found below. This, however,
what-
is the more, let's say, PR friendly version of what you found below.
Uh-huh. Does this green spherical thing seem to be connected to this situation in this room?
Yes. It seems like that is connected to the situation, whereas there's a computer in the far corner which may or may not control other things, like the door on the far end.
Okay, so does this green sphere thing seem like it is a spell or magical effect that I might be able to identify?
No, that's a piece of technology.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it is techno magic, so there is magic connected to it, and it is connected to, like, the symbols on the floor, for instance.
Could I make a tech check to try and figure out what that is?
Yeah, you can
I
make
was
a
gonna
tech check.
cast Identify maybe if that's possible.
I don't think
That was
identify
a
would
cocked
work.
dice.
Okay.
Tech check, I had a 6, 19 total. Which I will just write down now because that is the way you want it done.
With a 19, you've you have a good understanding of technology. You get that this machine controls those machines. You can discern that much. This green orb somehow controls levels, levels of different chemicals, levels of different magics that are being siphoned into these containment units.
Yeah, did I ever ask to check the briefcase to see if we were transporting a bomb?
You did
Yes, but
ask,
Jane
but
ran
nobody
off with it.
rolled.
Sorry, could I
Jane
roll
ran with it.
now? In this moment, it reminded me.
You want to check the briefcase?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Should I?
You don't need to
Okay.
roll anything. You open up the briefcase.
I mean, I was just gonna check first
Okay.
without opening, was gonna be my request.
Oh, you want to check first? Sure.
Like, yeah, 'cause some bombs are trigger when you open them, like, I don't know.
Roll perception for me. Or, well, no,
Oh, okay.
investigation. You're
Oh,
specifically
I'm good at
checking
that.
to see if this is a bomb.
Yes, I am. Seeing if it is a bomb, investigation, I rolled a 10 total, and my investigation is a +5, so 15.
15. Okay. This looks like a completely ordinary briefcase to you. It does not look like a bomb whatsoever. Also, Jane and Nareth. Actually, no, everybody. Your emotionators are off for me. Oh,
My
no,
emotionator is still
that's
active.
my fault, not yours.
I do. Last thing I think in this room, unless something terrible happens from this, want to look at this body, determine if it is, I guess, an actual creature or some sort of construct, or I guess somewhere in between, and if it is alive.
Roll medicine for me.
Ah, shit. Anybody help me? Help me!
Yeah.
Is there anything I can
Sorry
do
about that,
to
guys.
help?
You're all right, hon.
I don't know what happened. I just sneezed and coughed and everything just then. Oh,
Oh, at the same time. Is there
basically.
anything I can do to help boost Loricus's thing?
If you want to try and investigate if this body is alive with her, she can roll with advantage.
Okay. Do you want me to roll investigation too, or just I don't have to do anything with that?
No, you don't have to do anything. Laura can just roll with
So-
advantage.
It's medicine with advantage.
Yes.
We. Okay. 14.
Well, with the 14, you see that this individual is definitely dead.
Okay.
It was a humanoid. You can't tell the race. You've never seen this kind of being before. But what you can see with that medicine, well, not medicine check, but let's see. No, you looked around in the other room enough. Jane, since you helped out, you noticed that these are very similar to the parts that were being worked on in the other room. The
I hate
individual
this.
pieces.
Oh,
Okay.
they're building the body
Oh.
and then attaching it to something.
Okay. I don't like it.
It doesn't seem like it would be very different from how your creature, your species, creates themselves.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Hey, why won't this door open? Can I tell anything about getting this door open?
Well, since it is locked and you do have access via the employees' data pad that you picked up, you imagine that maybe you have to open that specific door with a particular login via the computer at the far end of the room. Likely because it's an important one. Maybe access to security deposit boxes?
Okay. Hey, wait, Nerith's the only one who did it, right?
I mean, we all know what this means, lads. There's only one thing that this could result in. It's
Hot
time for
people?
Hacker Man. No, it's time for me to become the world's greatest hacker again. Use my
You've
elite
already got
hackable.
it.
No, because we need to specifically access it from. Is it this thing or this thing? I'm confused. Because to open the
From the
door.
computer.
Not the green
Just
thing.
put the
Nerys.
credentials of that employee in.
No, because do we? I thought the GM was saying that we might need to
Nope, you can go ahead and put the employee credentials in.
I will put the employee credentials in.
And ooh la la, the door unlocks.
This looks to be the boxes.
All right, let us find what we need to.
133474.
Okay.
I've learned to write these notes down the times I've played D&D before.
Where is 133474?
Give me investigation. Also, Nareth, did you end up opening the briefcase?
No, but I asked what skill. I gave you my number, but you never told me what I detected.
I apologize. What was your number?
It was a 15. I'll write it down because it
Oof.
seems like I didn't, but it was a 10 plus my investigation mod of 5.
Gotcha. So that suitcase, it does not have the heft of content. It seems empty. And when you feel it and touch it, it looks like there's nothing out of the ordinary. It looks completely normal to the average viewer.
Fair enough then. Sure.
Do you open it up or leave it unopened?
Not our job, as long as I'm not being done for terrorism, because I would hate to be done for terrorism. That would be the worst thing ever.
Of
Have
course.
you ever been done for whistleblowing? Because I haven't. I swear.
Somehow I doubt that.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's
Well,
go.
let's not be done for anything and just not get in trouble.
Laura
You know,
and
not a
Jane,
bad plan.
you're investigating those boxes and you're looking, but there are at least 5,000 boxes in here, if not more.
Keep getting distracted.
And
I'm
each
thinking
one
I'm
has,
thinking about the magic downstairs and keep losing track of like the number counting that I'm supposed to be doing.
it's all very, very plain. They're all about the size of a standard envelope. It's stainless steel with a small key in the front, but you wonder why that there's even a keyhole since most of these things are either fingerprint or data opened anymore, but there is a keyhole nonetheless in each one for the more traditional. Thousands and thousands and thousands. They're all labeled. It'll probably take you quite a while, but eventually you'll find the right box.
So like I can't even see like where about it is or anything.
You can roll, let's see here. Nareth, roll me an investigation check from you because I don't have one from you. Also, Jane, I just lost your emotion.
21.
21?
Yep.
It's right over here. It's just about eye level with Jane, so it's a little hard for you to reach Nareth. You're about their height, but just a few inches shorter, I think. But you find that box and you identify, you match up the numbers, and that is correct. That's the box that you need.
Great.
Yay! We did it. Now let's open it up. Wait. We put the briefcase. Oh no, I forgot that. What are we supposed to do with the? Were we switch it? We put it in the briefcase, right?
Yes, you
I
are
don't. I don't.
to
I don't
take.
think the whole safety deposit box is gonna fit in this.
It is likely they just want the contents.
Oh.
Opened it up.
Are you gonna try a key, an electronic key, or a fingerprint?
Um. Did we have? Wait.
Were we given a physical key?
You were not.
Hey, we have that employee ID.
You
Maybe we
do.
can try that.
And when we opened the briefcase, there was nothing in it. Or did we not open it?
No one opened it.
Can I open it?
Okay. You open up the briefcase and there is just foam inside. It looks like there's an impression of something vaguely round shaped that's meant to sit in there, but nothing else. Just foam in the shape of an impression.
Okay, I'm going to ask Nerith. Do you think that the employee card could open this security box?
I presume not. Typically, security boxes are coded to a single person. GM, would that be correct?
That is correct.
All right, well, I'm just gonna go start putting dead body fucking fingers on this thing. Let's go. I'm just kidding.
Jane, it is unlikely that a dead body that has been inside of a tank up until like potentially an hour or two ago is going to be the individual that would open this particular safety deposit box.
I would have to agree.
What about there were more than one bodies?
You might be able to just pick the lock, Nareth.
I mean, I'm not really much of a lockpicker. I can handle devices and things, but that's kind of really it.
Jane, this is the perfect crime thing you've been on about.
I don't have lockpick. I only have thieves tools, and that does not help. I don't.
These
These
tools are
tools are
lockpick.
lockpicks.
Wait, no, I don't have thieves tools. Never mind. Do I?
You're a
I
rogue,
think you
right?
do, yeah.
I'm proficient in it, but okay. Well, then I'm gonna try to lockpick this. I can't find it in my inventory though.
I'm gonna
You
give
may
it
have
to you.
removed it through interactions with the DM earlier on, type thing. Like,
Maybe. Let me give it to you now, though, because I know we've got it.
Yay!
Yes, these tools would allow things such as lockpicking.
Yeah, it said I had the proficiency, but I didn't see it in my inventory, so I didn't know if maybe that was part of the story.
No, you should. Oh, well, maybe you. Maybe. But I'll allow you to use them. Go ahead and roll. It's what? 1d20 plus your proficiency for thieves' tools?
plus dex.
Plus dex. Okay. So 1d20 plus proficiency plus dex. And I'll get you a macro for that if you use it a lot, Jane. So you could just roll your dex and add your proficiency if you like.
If you have proficiency in like sleight of hand or something, I'd just roll that.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, so +2.
So Jane comes over, and what she actually does, your thieves' tools are your claws, Jane, and you just slide
Oh.
them right under the inventory box, and you feel it hit the back. You push them to the side, one way, left, and then right, and then with your other hand, you creep on the upper side, and basically, like a claw machine inside this thing, you hook it between your nails and scrape it ever so gently. There's a not lovely sound that accompanies this, but it functions wonderfully, and you essentially scrape the box out of its shell,
All right.
and then it pops open happily.
And what do we see?
Inside,
Is it?
you see about the size of an apple a beating electronic heart.
Oh, is it gonna fit in the indent that's in that laptop?
It is. You're going to
Or
plug
not?
it right in and it's going to fit into the USB charge port that's in there and it'll keep it going until you make the delivery later today.
Are we taking this to Marcellus Wallace? But it's Pulp Fiction reference. Okay, cool. So I've got the briefcase, and I'm going to look over at Lorcas and just nod and say I got it.
You've got
Right,
the
heart's
heart in your
inside.
briefcase.
Nice. Let's go. I'm going to check in with my familiar and telepathically connect with them to make sure that nothing has happened at the front where they are
presumably curled up on a laptop keyboard or some shit. I don't know.
Oh. Wait, did anybody go into this room over here that's got the really cool flooring?
Really cool flooring? What flooring?
Look at his fence. It looks like Mortal Kombat. It's a dead rat. Never mind. Let's go.
Oh, interesting.
This, Lorcus, is the room that your familiar was in earlier.
Okay.
Jane, you're running into an electronic wall right there. That's an electronic wall that scans people as they enter and exit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was distracted by the floor.
No, you're fine. Anybody who wants to can roll history to see if they know what that symbol is.
History
Yes,
check.
please.
I rolled a natural 17. Mod. Plus 3, dirty 20.
Beautiful. Oh my god, okay. So history buffs. All of you know that that symbol is tied closely to what's called the Shiny Ray Company, and they're a giant megalo conglomeration, essentially running superstores, markets all over tons of planets, the verse wide.
Hmm.
So this must
So,
be one of their subsidiary companies.
is there some way? Is that a computer pad thingy on this chair, or what is that? Is it just a clipboard?
Yeah, you see you see somebody has left a book actually. Now that you get a closer look,
What book is it?
Wuthering Vacuum.
I'm gonna take it.
It's yours now. It's a popular work of
cried.
fiction, one of the favorites of the verse.
Nice.
I walk around the desk and see the Tressum curled up in the chair, and I'll just snap my fingers and have them warp off into their personal little demi-plane so that they are tucked away and taken care of and gone.
So this is where we were earlier. Is there anything else that we noticed now that we're inside that we maybe didn't before?
You see that the cameras are not moving. They don't appear to be having any live feed, which makes you think or worry that perhaps there may be recording. But considering the nature of what you found, you don't guess that the labs are recorded, but public spaces, on the other hand. Also,
They should
you
be
all
live.
noticed that the lights have come on.
Oh, nope, we need to immediately be leaving.
Back to the sewers. Didn't we do our job? Didn't we do the job we had to do anyway?
Yes, let's go. Oh my god. Gonna do a quick hand wash.
That's very smart. You have been in the sewers today.
You're about to go
Yep.
back in. That's fine.
You notice
Oh.
that there are windows in the employee area, by the way.
Can we I locked myself in the bathroom.
But the windows don't look like they might open. Do they open?
Well, the windows in the employee area at the back of the building are slightly different than the ones at the front. You can't see
Oh, if
them.
these things will open,
These
then
two
let's
are
open
slightly
them.
older, and it looks like it'll push up.
Yes.
Let's just go through the toilet. I don't think at this point it's worth the hassle.
I'm
Nerith,
pushing open
Nerith,
the
we
window.
didn't even come out of the toilet. I don't know
You
what
know
you're
what I
talking
mean?
about.
Always go. We're definitely going to get arrested.
Okay. Are we like up on a second, third floor, something like that? Ground floor?
You're not, but there is that 20-foot fall. If you do climb up, you're now on top of a jukebox, which is probably 10 feet, and then you got to climb to the upper half of the window. So you're not going to fall the full 20 feet, probably about 15 if you jump out the window and throw your body over.
So
Uh,
would we have to roll to make sure we don't die on our
You
way
would need
out?
to do acrobatics for me.
I'm gonna
Why
jump.
don't we just leave through the sewers again? We've already been through
Too
that
late.
once.
I jumped. I jumped.
Oh, blimey.
I'm gonna follow because my brain is psychically connected. So
That is a terrible. Don't make me responsible for your bad decisions. I will be responsible for my bad decisions, but that is, I'm not your bad decision maker.
It's
Okay,
fine.
this is
I'm
acrobatics.
just gonna shift blame though. Yeah, I just did.
Jane, you're fine. You land on your feet.
Ooh.
And Laura, you as well. Both of you just
Okay.
land with a brisk and a nice
My
land.
old monk training.
Nerith.
I do
Nerith,
a
I'll
nice
catch
tuck
you.
and roll and back up on my feet.
Woo!
I'd like to try and jump out as well. What skill do I make an acrobatics check?
Hey, for tall
Acrobatics,
Jane
yes.
just like got her arms out, waiting to try to catch Nerith just in case.
You can do
So
it with
you can-
advantage since Jane's trying to catch you.
With advantage. Okay.
I will use my psychic mage hand situation to also attempt to like help keep you levered, like standing upright so you don't tip headfirst or something as you
Okay,
fall.
so DM, just so you're aware, I rolled a 12, but it fell out of my dice tray. But obviously it landed on a 12. There's no reason to not count it.
Okay.
Second roll for the advantage was an 11, so 12 plus 2, 14.
And with Jane catching you, okay, 14, you're all right. You make that jump. You do not hurt yourself.
Excellent.
So you land
There we go.
outside.
Hey, can we hear anything or see anything that we should? Period. That's it.
You don't hear any alarms. No police sirens.
We in an alley? Where are we now?
Where indeed?
Are we outside or are we just in like a hallway? What is happening? Are we on ground or is this
You're on asphalt
Oh.
in the alley
What is
behind
this?
the building.
Here we
Okay,
are.
right here.
That
All
looks
right.
like a motorcycle.
And I ride a motorcycle.
Our getaway car is over here, Jane.
You don't have the keys for that motorcycle, but you can try and hotwire it.
That would be amazing. Yes. I have the briefcase, right?
I'm
You-
going
you
to take
do.
the briefcase from Jane if she's going to hotwire a fucking motorcycle. Jane, we want to finish our mission. Give me that.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the motorcycle begrudgingly.
I still took the briefcase from you anyway because I don't trust that you're not going to go back. All right, and this is our getaway guy. Yes.
That is.
Well, are they still in the car?
They are.
I'm going to get in the back.
I'm gonna get in the passenger seat.
Jane's getting in the back, getting in the passenger seat. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jane's getting in the passenger seat. Loricus is getting in the back, yes?
Yes.
All right. You pile into the car, and the driver is still there. He looks at you, he looks at the briefcase, nods, sighs, looks at the building, thinks for a second before he turns the vehicle on and releases the brakes.
What was that? What was that? Can I insight check? What was that? Why was he looking all sighing at the building?
You can roll an insight check.
I want to do that too, even though Jane's probably in this.
15.
There's something
Ooh.
wistful and sad about him as he puts the car on park and peels away from your location. And now we are
Can we
in the
stop to get
vehicle.
space burgers?
Yes, we are actually going to be taking a quick break. So everybody, go ahead, take 5 minutes. We'll be back in, or well, let's take 10. Take 10. We'll be right back, and we'll finish the episode then.
Ooh.
Be right back.
we're never really that far apart unless we're doing some wacky shit, but I have stuff for wacky shit. So.
I wanted to roll on that table. I forgot.
I'm gonna separate those, but it won't let me. Oh well. Audio is some garbage, let me tell you. Where's Discord? Alright, we're almost back. Alright, so the rest of the show is going to be a little weird. It's going to be some one-on-one shit. Are you cool with that? Okay. Any volunteers to start with me? Mental stuff and your reaction to the dream you just had. Alright, Jane then. We'll be coming back in a couple seconds, so be ready.
Sending you a DM really quick there. I'm ready. Hello.
How about now? One day. Alright, so we are back. Thank you. Jane, you get into the car and your vision fades to black. You're floating in this nebulous, dark space. You're all alone, but you're not lonely. What's the first thought that comes to your mind?
Where's my dress?
You're still wearing it.
Okay. What happened?
You have the heart.
Oh. I'm gonna sniff it.
You sniff the heart?
Is it still? It had to be plugged into the briefcase, right? Like that was the whole.
It
Like that
did.
was powered. Is it powered now? Am I just holding just it? Like what is the?
It's beating in your hand.
I'm gonna stare at it.
You
Uh,
stare at it.
uh,
It stares back at you.
Hello.
Seems like it's beating
Hello.
in tandem with your heart, Jane.
And you said I'm in complete darkness.
You are.
Oh.
You don't hear any of your friends around you. There's no car, there's no city, there's no vicious porkery. It's just you and me in the dark.
Hello, heart.
It beats in your hand.
Am I just like floating?
You are. Are you
Okay.
floating or are you falling?
I'm gonna hold the heart closer because I feel compelled to protect it. Um, And then Jane is gonna start trying to get in touch with Loricus because Loricus is in her head usually. So she's like, Loricus, Loricus, are you here? Can you hear me?
And Loricus, you, as you step into the car, you also fade to black, and you hear Jane calling you in the darkness.
Am I lucid? Like, fully about my own wits?
Lucid enough to know you were one place a moment ago and you are somewhere else now.
And that I'm supposed to be in an entirely
Loricus!
different place, supposedly?
It's
Loricus!
jarring.
Spaceship?
It's
Okay.
jarring, but it's not frightening. Just strange.
I take a second to sort of like do a couple breaths, center myself. As I hear Jane calling for me, I kind of reach out with a calmness, a warmth, with a, it is okay. What is the problem? I don't
Are you
know
okay?
where I am.
I can't see anybody, so I know you're okay.
You hear her yelling
I-
back at you.
Am okay. Do I hear her with my physical ears?
No,
Oh, okay.
she's inside your
You-
mind.
You can stop yelling when you are talking to me in my mind.
Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I don't see anything. This is weird.
Am fine, and also do not see anything. Does this feel like a demi-plane or a plane of mental existence where I am currently in this darkness?
It probably feels more familiar to you, Lorcas. You've been in a space like this before, maybe a demi-plane. That is probably what it's closer to than anything else.
Okay. I'm going to kind of reach forward, both physically and with my will, to kind of move through this space, to move towards where Jane might be.
Sure.
I don't know if we are in the same demi space, but I'm going to make an attempt.
You begin to start moving in your demi-space, and as you do, Nareth, you step into the vehicle and into a different existence. You too are floating in darkness. You hear nothing yet. It's just you.
Okay, this is going to sound like a weird question. Am I expected to feel anything, or is there anything that I'm expected to like? Is there anything else
Do
with
people
me?
expect
And I
you to
mean that
feel
in the
things a
loose.
lot, Nareth?
So we're floating in nothingness. Can I feel my body?
Yes.
What does it do? Okay, so I can feel my body, but I'm floating in nothingness.
Oh, do we have hearts? Does Lore and Nareth have a heart?
You
Or is
do.
it just Jane?
As
Oh,
soon as
I
you
have a
think
heart.
about it, it's beating in your hand, the same mechanical heart that you had seen.
I have a mechanical heart in my hand. Okay, Nareth's first instinct is to try to understand the nature of the heart in her hand. Actually, no, first I'm going to make a whiz save because she might panic.
Make a whiz save and see if Nareth panics.
I rolled a nat 19 plus 1, but I'm actually doing okay.
She's
Now that-
alright. Shockingly calm.
Loricus responded. Now Jane's just Nerith! Nerith!
You hear Jane yelling for you somewhere in the
Are you
distance.
okay? Are
I
you
hear Jane in the
okay?
distance.
Are you okay? Nerith, are you okay?
Everyone
Okay,
make a constitution roll for me.
Save or check or what?
Check.
Constitution.
Oh, I just rolled a nat 20.
Ability check.
22, nat 20.
Nat 20.
You said a save, right? Saving check or ability?
Ability check.
Ability check.
I got a 17.
Oh my. Well,
Goodness.
Nareth, you awaken in the rusted labyrinth with tree foliage poking all around you, and Suave's got his head on your shoulder, and Laura and Jane are cuddled together in the corner, and Ein is even curled up on Jane's lap, and you slumped down against the cold metal, and it sent a chill up your spine, but you take a deep breath, and you're awake and alive.
Well, we weren't supposed to fall asleep. Nareth is going to try to nudge. I'm going to roll a d6, halve it. 1, 2, 3. Suave. She tries to wake up Suave.
Roll a strength check.
As I believe the strongest physically member of this party,
I'm-
I
well,
rolled a
unless you're
14.
Well, okay, you shake him. You give him a good shake. Suave does not awaken. Uh, Jane, was yours the 17?
Mine was the
No.
1.
Yours was the 1. Okay. Loricus, you awaken next then.
I open my eyes and look around, kind of take internal stock of myself. I'm going to mentally kind of reach out to see if Jane is still there.
Jane's gone quiet. Very, very quiet.
Are you alright,
Jane?
Lorecus?
I am fine. That was a dream, I suppose.
What kind of dream did you have? I had a weird one.
I had a weird one. I'm going to turn to Jane as I sit up and hold her hand, or hold her face in my hands, and sort of call for her in my head, and try to like see if I can get her attention, get her to wake up a little.
Jane, roll a constitution with advantage.
I'm very comfortable apparently.
Check. Sorry.
Oh. Okay.
Jane, you also wake up. And now the three of you sit staring at one another as Suave remains passed out and Nareth shakes him quite vigorously.
Is it so? Having gone to university where there was a large elven population, does it strike me as odd that our elven compatriot would be unconscious to this degree?
Yes.
Going to stand up and, with a little bit of a start, start inspecting the room that we're in case something is being done to us.
You do. Roll me a. Actually, I need everyone to roll me perception.
Oh, it was almost so good.
For some reason, Foundry isn't telling me who rolled. It's only giving me the
Yeah,
rolls.
same.
So I'm going to have to look into that. I'm assuming it might be an update error because they've had a lot of updates recently that have screwed up some modules and made some errors. But I'll look into that after. So we've got an 8 and an 11. Who don't I have a roll from?
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a 10? Okay.
Didn't I?
What was it? What were we rolling? I think I might have got distracted. I think I got a DM and I got distracted. What was up?
Oh,
Perception.
perception, please.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't.
the
Oh,
11 was mine, I
tell
think.
you what, because I was distracted, so was Nareth. I'm giving her disadvantage.
Well,
Nareth
that's
got a
not good.
3 total.
Cool. None of us know what the fuck is going on.
None of you know what's happening. Except that door is definitely shut.
Well, this sucks. Do we hear the heart? Do we see the heart? Do we remember the heart?
You
Do we have
remember
a
the
feeling
heart.
that do we have a feeling that each of us was in a shared dream, or was it just like, oh, I had a weird dream and there was a heart? What the fuck?
I don't know. Are you saying that to me or each other?
I mean, Nareth isn't exactly one that's very in touch with her feelings, so she probably wouldn't. She's very much like, ah, that was a weird dream. Never mind. Why is Suavi not waking up? Um,
You still hear the pulse of the heart in your ears, thrumming.
If I think of the heart, does it appear in my hand?
Yes, it does.
I hold it up.
Oh, what the hell? That was in my head.
Now it's in your hand, Jane.
Oh no! Is it a bomb?
Now it's a bomb.
Oh,
No,
Jane!
it's a kitty cat.
Now it's a cat.
I like this. It's a romance
Huh.
novel.
It's
you
a
just
romance
made
novel.
a cat. Wait,
Oh,
did you
I
just?
gotta go. I'm just kidding.
This is acting very much like my home. Narath, hold out your hand and think of a thing.
I think of a tiny version of Sigma.
Nothing happens.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I found something that doesn't work. I think of a wrench.
A wrench comes to your mind and in your hand.
I think of Suavi but awake.
He's not even snoring. He is breathing, though.
I'm going to.
I think of a bottle of alcohol to wave under Suavi's nose.
No alcohol.
Well, how about I have my romance?
There are
novel back?
restrictions.
Nothing liquid, maybe? I think of water.
No water.
Okay, so
I think of a glass of water.
What was a bomb in your hand is now a glass of water.
I think of ice.
There's ice in the water.
Do you guys drink this? I don't know what this is.
That's a glass of water. I can actually breathe in that. Temporarily, at least.
Can I hand it to Nerith? Like, can I hand that to?
You can
There, yeah.
absolutely hand the ice water to Nerith.
Jane hands the ice water to Nerith.
It's chilly. The condensation is forming on the outside. It runs down your hand.
I'm
Can
going
I-
to attempt to speak to Narath. Do I have the ability to, in my mind, speak to Narath?
As you attempt
to
to even
say
say
Nareth?
and think that, Nareth hears you say it.
Do I hear it as well?
Nope, just Nareth.
Okay.
Well, so Narath, I say your name in my head, in your head.
Very strange. DM, Nareth is starting to have a bit of a concern. And I'm going to make a request.
Mhm.
Can Nareth vibe check the universe?
Roll me insight.
Excellent. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. I'm not very good at it, but hey, let's try.
Vibe check the universe.
That's pretty much what it is. Oh, I rolled a 5 total. She understands nothing about her surroundings.
Can I just say I
And-
love the fact that it's a vibe check. That's
It
it.
is a vibe check. Insight is the biggest vibe check.
Everything seems odd, but that's it. It's
A
odd.
lot of this feels very familiar for lore. Does this seem like it is something emanating inside of this room itself that we are having this sort of experience?
You don't get the feeling that the experience is tied directly to the room itself, no.
Is Ein doing anything?
He bork.
Can I pet
So
him and
vicious.
see if he's okay?
Yeah, you could pet Ein. As a robo-doge, Ein does not dream, but he did sit by and watch over you lovingly.
And does he seem like he's had any issues with or did he just watch and that's it? Like that's it. Nothing to detect on him.
He seems totally fine. He seems like Ein.
So I want to interact with Suave because they are unconscious still, and that is alarming on many levels, but the player is not here, so doing so isn't going to be fruitful.
Kill Suavi. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Wow.
But that is something that Lore would want to do.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, you can check on Suavi. You can see his. I just put him over there so he's out of the way. You can check up on his mental or medical condition. I'll
can I
still
ask for
allow
the
you
ice
to.
water back?
Yes,
And can I pour it on Suavi's face and see if it wakes him up?
sure.
Let's go.
I don't know.
Nareth opens the door and checks if the outside world exists.
It does, and you see
Mike
that
checks the
husk,
outside world.
except it's not dead.
Nah!
There you go.
Wait, the husk is alive?
Yes, it is.
The door is closed immediately. If you'll allow that. Otherwise, I presume we're rolling initiative.
Nope, I'll allow
The
it.
husk is alive.
The husk is alive.
With the sound of music?
In the glimpse of the husk in the door, did the husk look like it had been injured but was alive, or did the husk look like it had been restored to the condition in which we'd first met it and was alive?
It looked like an entirely different husk, one you'd never seen before. You didn't see the body of a previous husk or a dead husk there, and this one didn't look particularly beaten up. It just looked like, oh shit, there's a husk on the other side of that.
And it's where that skull was, so it's like right there.
Yep.
Like waiting for us. Are we do any of us know what happens when you're becoming a husk in space? Like what happens to your mentals? Do any of us?
Ooh.
I had rolled for that a while ago to understand the husk situation being that when people are in exposed to the void of space for an extended period of time without good protection from it, they will go mad and lose like their self.
So do they have like dreams and stuff, or
Do I know from that role or whatnot that process in which like
yeah, like could that
an
be happening to
individual
us
might
right now?
exhibit symptoms along the path towards becoming a husk?
Yeah.
Lore,
'Cause
with the insight roll you gave me previously, and I remember it because it was a critical, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, you do understand this knowledge, and you know that minor hallucinations and shared visions are definitely signs of danger in the verse and in traveling in the void. And in your studies, you have not encountered a ton of husks, but it sounds plausible.
So and I'm assuming James detects this information.
As soon as Lorcas thinks it, it's in your head, Jane.
James,
is it
I'm
also
getting
now in
very
her is it also now in Nareth's head?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Nareth, you also have access to the lovely inner workings of Laura's mind. I am so sorry.
Except none
I
of you
don't
hear
like
Nareth.
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. And I proceed to wash my hands again, like with the bottle of alcohol.
Yeah, did we have what is effectively a long rest? Like, are we completely clear and with all our resources during these events?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And actually, that's an excellent place to. I know it's a little early, but considering Suavi isn't here, that's a perfect place to leave it for this evening.
Yeah, because the next thing that
Yeah.
I want to do is interact with Suave, who is not able to be interacted with, so
Yeah, we
it's a
need our
little weird.
Suavi back. We apologize to the spacers watching at home, but Suavi was pulled away by loved ones and family today. But they'll be back. No worries. They'll be back next week. But um, if we don't mind doing the wrap up a little early, we'll start with Lorikis, aka Evie Story. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm Evie Story. You can find me at Evie Story on Twitch and Twitter and wherever else. I'm I love playing TTRPGs and video games and stuff. I'm working on putting together the possibility of streaming and doing like science talks and stuff while playing different video games. So you could potentially follow me on Twitter and I will provide that updated information as it comes to pass. Um, Otherwise, this has been very interesting and fun, and I'm glad to have gotten the chance to play today.
Interesting and fun are two words I always aim for. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Evie. Jane, aka Getting Stabbed.
Anyway, I am getting stabbed, aka Stabby, aka Stabby Wabbies, aka Stabbers, aka Stab, aka Cassandra. I'm a software engineer and I have a cat named Langston Muse and he is great and he almost made me late to setup today. And he did make me late to setup, who am I kidding? And that's about it. I'm a horrible streamer, but I stream sometimes.
Stabby's amazing. We're all amazing, but thank you very much, Stabby. Appreciate you. St. Hills, aka Nerith.
Hi guys. I'm Saint Hills. I have nothing still to offer you in terms of extra information, but I am a GM, and I've actually spent a little bit of time in the break suggesting maybe running something for these lovely guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, once we have some more details hashed out, I can't say it'll be necessarily next week or the week after, but I might be able to run a one shot or something short on off days. So I'm sure Void Egg will keep you updated or on the Twitter account as to when the extra things are being run, if any extra things are being run.
Oh, absolutely. If there's ever any extra stuff happening on the channel, you can always find it on our Twitter. We will tweet everything as it happens, before it happens, when it happens, etc.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, St. Hills. And I'm Void Egg. I'm the GM. I kind of put things together, sort of ish. I also usually do that along with my partner in crime, who isn't here, Caitlin, aka Suave, who has made the OST that you partially heard this evening, and we'll be hearing more in the future as soon as I get audio stuff sorted out. I have a stream deck, which is a wonderful thing, but learning curves exist, and I'm a noob. Thank you so much for being patient with me as I learn how to stream. Um, and DM, since this is the first campaign I've ever DM'd. And I love you all to bits and pieces. Thank you so much for coming along on this experimental journey this evening. And I look forward to whatever else we have planned and we've got to play. Thank you all so much for watching. Um, Stay cool, Spacers.
Bye.